What's the best thing on the block? I don't know. We keep getting new ones. They used to be 5-1 Bravo, but she's kind of lately. Yeah.
She knows she pulled to the left.
That one's 2-2 Alpha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And 5-1
32 alpha.
3-2 Alpha. My favorite plane.
He's underrated. You always say that. Alpha.
That, yeah. And now I never get to go on the radios anymore. It makes me sad. I know.
Your student's that good? You don't need to.
Yeah, basically. Okay. Oh, wrong day. Wrong day. Anybody have any questions so far?
No.
No? No questions at all? Are you sure, Naka?
We didn't start it.
No, I mean like the past 2 days.
I don't remember what happened the past 2 days.
Oh no.
All right. Anyways, basically we just went over like different types of approaches and then
Oh, you're not supposed to go to Jefferson Shorts too?
We did the charts
We did it
yesterday.
yesterday.
We're gonna move on from those charts. Unless you guys want to go over them again. Yeah. No.
We're supposed to be studying on our own time.
Exactly. Thank you. All right. So, what's today? Okay. So I think today pretty much is just about flight planning. So, key publications for IFR flight planning. We've gone over this, but the IFR and route charts. These are the chart that we talked about probably a few weeks ago. It depicts the structure of the instrument flight rules and route system. So in route system, when I say en route, I mean essentially if you were converting the VFR chart to an IFR chart, including navigation aids, airways, and controlled airspace. An area chart is a chart that provides a detailed view of a specific area, including topographical information, airports, and navigational aids. So like how we have the TAC for VFR, we have area charts for IFR. And then we've been talking about it, the United States Terminal Procedures Publication, the TPP, publications containing detailed instrument approach and departure procedures for airports in the United States. Does everybody know where to find the TPP on ForeFlight?
See.
See? Yes. Okay, cool. Some other important things. So we have the AIM, the Aeronautical Information Manual. This provides essential flight information and air traffic control. The AIM, I don't want to say it's more useful for IFR than it is VFR, but there are a lot of things about like instrument approaches, navigation systems and stuff like that. So if you have questions, you can also look there in the AIM. It also includes international versions with specific information on international airports. Didn't know that. We have our Airport and Facility Directory, or our AFD. This contains information on airports, communications, and navigation aids relevant to IFR flight. It also includes our VOR receiver checkpoints, flight service station details, weather service context, and ARTCC frequency. Then we have our notices to airmen publication. Okay, so it's just NOTAMs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, that's weird. Yes, NOTAMs. Okay. Next,
Yes.
sometimes the slides just really don't make sense. So make sure you're familiar with how to read the TPP and the IFR en route chart, and making sure that your plates are updated and all your, charts, everything's updated. ForeFlight should automatically update it, but sometimes it doesn't. So make sure that you have the automatic downloads on in your settings. Yeah, not much more to say about this one. Cool. Okay, so filing an IFR flight plan. If you are flying IFR, do you need to file a flight plan?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. And how can you do that? Anybody know?
You can call grounds, or you can call them like before your flight too, right?
Mhm.
Like 30 minutes before.
30 minutes before, yes. You can also file through ForeFlight. You also can call ARTCC. Yeah, those are pretty much the options, right? Flight plan. Yeah, also 1-800-WX brief, which is interesting. Or through ground, but you should file at least 30 minutes before so that they can give you departure clearance on time. You're not waiting around. If I file a tech route, is that considered IFR?
Yeah.
Yes, so a tech route is considered IFR, so, but we remember talking about that, you don't have to file 30 minutes beforehand, you just pick it up on the ground when you're leaving for clearance. Do you guys remember when we said about tech routes?
We did it briefly. I think you're saying they're like pre-established routes that you just follow all the publications.
Essentially,
You don't
yeah.
have to plan.
That's why I want this here. You just go, boop, 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 and they do it for you, yeah. We can go over that after, if you guys want. But yes, when you're filing a tech route, you're technically filing IFR and you're under IFR. But you don't have to do all that stuff beforehand. So. What? There are a couple different ways that you can file IFR. If you are filing IFR outside, if you are in flight outside of a controlled airspace before entering IFR conditions in a controlled airspace, you can get a pop-up IFR clearance. So for example, you can either call an FSS facility or an ARTCC facility or another like a clearance delivery, like you know how we have SoCal Approach, like you can contact them and get clearance before entering IFR conditions in controlled airspace. You can also, if you are in VFR flight, like you're just on VFR flight following maybe, but you see that there's going to be IMC or IFR conditions at your destination airport, you can get what's called a pop-up IFR clearance in the air en route. When you're filing with FSS, provide your necessary flight plan information, excluding the point of departure along with present position and altitude. When you are filing with ARTCC, you want to report your present position and altitude and providing the typical flight plan details that FSS would relay to the ARTCC. Does that make sense to everybody?
In that instance, it's not considered a flight plan, it's considered a clearance.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It would be more of like an IFR clearance than anything, but I think, yeah.
Cause you didn't plan fly IMC if you filed it on VFR flight.
This is true. Yeah, I guess it would be more of an IFR clearance than anything, yeah. Cool. Any questions on that? No?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you canceling IFR plans, so if you are in VFR conditions outside of Class Alpha airspace, because in Class Alpha airspace, what do we need to be operating?
It needs to be a IFR.
Yes, so if you're outside of Class Alpha in VFR conditions, you can cancel, literally with anybody and just say, can I cancel IFR? And they'll just be like, yes, but you know, what do they say? Radar service is terminated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you, after you cancel, you'll have to squawk VFR because when you do fly IFR, they give you a specific squawk code and they might change you over to another controller. And they will termination of services, they will terminate radar services and cease once the IFR flight plan is canceled. But if you wanted to, you could just stay on like with VFR flight following or something. I was gonna say, request for VFR radar advisory service. If you want, you can specifically request like VFR flight following after, or you can just go on your own. Cool. Yeah. If you, is this my next slide? Never mind. Okay, so when you file an IFR flight plan, if you are landing at a controlled tower operated airport, your IFR flight plan is automatically canceled when you land. If you are at a non-towered airport like Hemet, once you land, it is your responsibility to cancel your flight plan with either ATC or you'll have to call somebody. Don't know who you will call. If not, somebody is going to come looking for you because they're assuming that you haven't landed, just like with VFR flight plans.
Can you cancel on ForeFlight?
Oh,
You know?
I don't think so. I would assume you would have to tell them if you're already active. Do you mean cancel or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Or
cancel,
just
yeah.
like if you would to.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not
And then you have to cancel within a certain amount of time or they'll come in
30.
Yeah,
That's what they
30
said.
minutes after the,
30 minutes.
yeah, they say you have.
after your planned arrival.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, see, I'm not dead. That's what they say.
And if they
True.
pay good expensive, that's what they said,
Yeah.
they charge you.
For search and rescue?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Just like call each other.
Yeah, I just heard they need to call on the phone or on the radio.
Oh, people have asked us
FSS.
before. Wait. Oh, you can cancel.
For flight.
in for flight.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wait, no.
So this.
Okay, wait. So this says, for flight says. You can file an IFR flight plan up to 28 days in advance. When you file in advance, flight plans are stored on ForeFlight servers and transmitted to ATC once the flight plan acceptance time has begun. Canceling. ForeFlight, okay. ForeFlight mobile cannot be used to cancel. Cannot be used to cancel an IFR flight plan when operating at an uncontrolled airport. The option to cancel a flight in ForeFlight mobile only changes the plan's filing status from filed to canceled. So what does that mean?
It's okay.
No, I'm not kidding.
That means that the mobile cannot do it.
Alright, anyways.
Just on your mobile.
On my iPhone. Okay, yes, in areas with no FSS or air-to-ground communications below a certain altitude, you can cancel it, while you're in the air with ATC and then just continue. Expedited cancellation. Oh, basically, they want you to cancel because when you're flying IFR, they're giving each aircraft a certain amount of space. So if you cancel and you're like, hey, I'm not IFR anymore, they can give that space to somebody else. But also like, it's your airspace, just use it. And like, not to be like, I don't know. Anyways,
Gonna call after one.
yeah, exactly. Let them look for you. I was gonna say something. Do you guys know where to find the ARTCC frequencies on your IFR chart?
Yeah, sure.
We can go back. Go over the chart again. Cause we're gonna go like that. Oh my, I won't die.
I think so.
You think so? Well, we'll test that later. All right, so setting the stage for a successful IFR flight. Thorough pre-flight planning is crucial for a successful IFR flight. Consider weather forecasts, gather necessary charts and materials, and review the information, approach charts, and route charts, and the aircraft's POH and AFM. Determine personal weather minimums and evaluate recent flight experience and pilot proficiency. So, what acronyms does this come down to? And WCraft, and what regulation is that?
What number?
Good quiz.
Is one or three.
Yes.
It's in the name.
This guy, he don't even know what to
He
say.
said regulation, not recommendation.
Yeah.
What regulation is WCraft?
Actually, no, don't know.
It's okay.
912.
Is it in 91205 and for stupid? No.
I don't.
One or three.
103, yes, because 91205, the 18 meter planes was fun.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. So what is 91103? This is like weirdly centered.
Lead pilot and command shall before beginning a flight become familiar with all above information concerning the flight. This information must include.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying 103, not 91.103.
What would 103
The name, no?
Oh.
be? Can't feel these things.
Oh, right, no. I don't know. I just sit here in class.
Clearly. Wait, required, I have pre-flight action. Required
That's
pre-flight.
actually great.
Required
What?
pre-flight.
You participate greatly,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, I've never looked at the names, Peter. I just thought it was good.
Okay. So, what is N for?
No sense to wear them.
And what kind of notems do we have?
Nothing Z and at this.
What, okay, now what are domestic notems? Yeah, D notems.
I've never heard of that.
We talked about this 2 weeks ago.
It changed to like an airport environment.
Yes, so domestic would be, D notems would be, someone took all the extra markers out of the thingamajiggy, so now they're all
Oh
like,
my god, that's true.
I
It's
know,
gone.
I know, they're all
I
gone.
bet you they're on the other whiteboard in
Sorry. So, domestic notems, D notems are airport operation. Airport, what are FDC notems? Not good.
I don't know.
It's
Like that was centered.
like data center, so it's like changes to instrument approaches or like airspace stuff.
Two cups.
Do you guys know who she is, by the way?
Yes, this is Gab.
This is guy.
Okay, but all notives are found in the same place.
Yes, but there's different types.
Okay, but why does it really matter? If you can just look and you can find out.
Because we're told that, I don't really know.
You need to know which one it is.
Told.
Well,
You need to
okay,
know which one it is.
why does it matter what kind of node was
I mean, we wanna know why, like, obviously.
Well, let's
so we know
see.
What's wrong, but like,
I'm also
it's just.
a drone pilot, so I kind of see what
You're like, also a pilot, okay.
I know, but whatever.
I don't know, I never really thought about this stuff until I came here.
Really?
Cause they always teach this.
They do.
They do,
Yeah,
they like to
I've
teach
never read
that.
this until like apparently 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you heard it 2 weeks ago, we spent an entire lesson on it.
On just.
It's 4 weeks ago.
Yes, we literally did, do you guys not remember?
Well,
that?
because notems are not.
Yeah, I honestly,
Really hot.
I don't know why we have to say that, I can ask somebody who. Answer.
Corey
But-
would know the answer.
Corey.
Of course, Corey.
What is next in NW craft?
Leather.
Weather, alright, cool. And what
Did
are
you
a
have
couple?
to look at what it was?
No, somebody texted me. What are some sources of weather? Where can we find weather information?
AWS,
Oh,
You're so close.
AWS.
oh,
Aviation weather for God.
They keep getting this in this class.
He got you confidence on
FAA.
AWS. Yes,
that.
what does AWC stand for?
aviation weather.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, where else can we get weather information?
Or fly.
Four flight, where else?
1-800 WX.
Yep. Go call those weather briefers, give them something to do, they're always.
I like to call that.
What is next? Yeah.
What's this? This is Monday.
No, an ATC.
No ATC delays, what are these?
They're not applicable to us.
Honestly, kind of,
They're
yeah.
applicable to airlines.
Yes, so they're at big airports, so I mean, if we fly into like. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't fly to LAX.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can fly.
We're going to London.
It's like, sometimes it's like 15 minutes normally or something.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
So you do like fog layers to some, right? Like,
yes, pretty
Weather
much.
congestion.
Yeah, especially like here at KSEE, I'll have to delay some flights when the fog is still.
okay, Sam.
Okay, Sam. Alright, what's next? In craft.
Radios.
This one's all.
What?
Radios.
Radio. Oh my goodness.
No! What's the art in mention of craft? Runway lengths and conditions, yes.
Radios.
Radios.
Are you thinking of like another acronym?
Probably.
You're probably thinking of grab card. What's grab card?
I don't remember. I'll review that one for my homework today. Yeah.
You know, now that you guys mention it, my ends do kind of look like you. But you can understand what I'm putting. Anyways, so where can we find our runway lengths and conditions?
Or supplement.
Chart supplement. For flight technically yes, but in the chart
For
supplement.
flight info.
Honestly, technically yes.
For flight info.
Alright,
Airport diagram.
oh,
No chart
what's
supplement.
next in NW craft?
Alternates.
Alternates. When is an alternate required for IFR flight?
Every flight.
Always.
Technically, yes, legally when it's required.
You mean like?
Isn't it the 1, 2, 3?
1 hour before.
So what's the
2000.
whole, like, what's the whole rule?
1 hour before, 1 hour after. 2000. 2000. and
Yeah.
3,000 South miles.
Yeah. Yes,
And
so
also like the fuel requirements too, right? Would that be under that right now?
it'll be under this.
For
the
alternate.
fuel part.
Okay.
I know you're right. Sorry. So alternates, an alternate is always required unless your destination airport has an instrument approach available and the weather an hour before, an hour after your ETA is a 2,000, at least 2,000 foot ceiling and 3 statute miles of visibility. If I am planning to shoot a non-precision approach at my alternate airport, what must the weather minimums be? Non-precision.
No precision, 600,
No,
800
feet, 2 statute miles.
Yes, what about precision?
600.
What about if I'm not, there's no instant approach at my alternate airport?
That cannot be.
It does have it.
What?
That cannot be your option.
It has to be VFR.
Yes, you have to be able to descend from your MEA in VFR conditions and approach to land. If I do not have WAS in my aircraft, can I shoot a GPS approach at both my airports, destination and alternate? No,
Just one.
yeah, exactly. Oh, you guys are so fun. Okay, next, what is the F?
I'll let him not go.
Fuel.
I just wanted to see if you'd get it.
All right, Kaden, what are our fuel requirements for
So
IFR, for the regulations?
okay, yeah, so it's enough to your destination plus alternate after and then 45 minutes.
Yes, yeah, day or night,
That's day and night.
Yeah.
right?
exactly. Anybody know Sling's SOP fuel requirements? Do you
1
want
hour.
your-
Is it 2 hours?
Yes, they want you
1 hour
to,
in each tank of it, which is like, they say like 5 gallons in each tank.
I think someone, never,
yes, exactly, okay. Second to last, what is this first G?
take off. Whatever.
Take off readers.
Take off and land.
Landing is just.
Yes, thank you.
Same shit.
Actually, I mean, okay, and how can we calculate these?
We have a POH.
Yes, we went over it briefly, like, well, a couple weeks ago. Do you guys remember? We can go over it again, because if you guys have on, I want to go over it again.
You mean like, density altitude and stuff
Yeah,
too?
so you can price altitude, density altitude, and that cost chart to determine your takeoff and land distances.
9.92 minus standard temp, or whatever the
Oh.
temperature is.
I mean, yeah, you need a whole, yeah, I'm fine with the equation. Yes. Okay, last T.
Whoa. I never knew there was 2 T's.
We literally had this
TFR.
conversation 2 weeks ago, Naka. What's the second last T? CFRs. Right, and why is it important to check CFRs?
See if someone's special in there.
True. Yes, exactly. And where are we gonna check our TFRs?
For flight airspace.
Yes, and because sometimes they don't all show up on ForeFlight, where's another place we can check?
Oh no, weather briefing, 1-800, weather briefing can call, they tell them tier 4.
True. What website can we use? I showed you guys this 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wait, what is it called? I use it all the
I
time.
wanna
Is
say-
it on Skyvector or no?
Oh, no, but I think you can do it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's just TFR, FATFR.gov or something like that, but it's a specific FA website for TFRs. Yes, yes.
Oh, I remember now, and I was asking about Disneyland.
Yes, and you were like,
No, yeah.
he was like, is there a Disneyland here? Like in San Diego? We were like, what?
No, I said, is there one here? And you guys started saying, oh, there's not much TFRs. I said, no, I'm talking about Disneyland.
Yeah, we we're like, no, there's no Disneyland here, sir. It's okay, Naka, you're just a questioning boy. All right, gathering, okay, like we talked about, you have to gather weather information, obtain a comprehensive weather briefing, checking forecast conditions for your departure and arrival airports, en route segments and available NOTAMs. Assess current and forecasted weather conditions, including ceilings, visibility, and potential hazards such as icing or convective activity. Review terminal forecast, area forecast, and surface weather observations to understand the overall weather picture along the intended route. So, do you guys remember how we did that AWC briefing? Okay,
Just went through like all the little sections, right?
Yeah, so that's how they're gonna want you to do it on your check ride and like final phase check.
You just screenshot it all?
No,
Wait, so-
during my check ride, I have my laptop open, or if you don't have a laptop, you can use one of the computers in the back and pull up everything on there. That's what I did. Well, we're gonna go over more check ride stuff next week for our final, and I'm gonna not give you guys a mock check ride, but, well, okay, we're talking about that. So I've actually never filled one of these out. I'm gonna be so honest. So I'm just gonna read off the slide and hope this helps. When you're planning the flight path, consolidate information onto a detailed navigation log, including fixes along the route, distances, frequencies, and altitudes. Oh yes, because you get a little sheet that you fill out when you're filing. Verify navigation aids and equipment necessary for the proposed route, ensuring proper functioning of instruments such as VOR, GPS, and communication systems. Okay, file the IFR flight plan adhering to the proper procedures and timeline, check surface analysis charts, weather depiction charts, and radar satellite imagery for updated weather conditions, including precipitation and areas of improving weather. Perform weight and balance calculations, determine takeoff and landing distances, and evaluate alternate airports based on the current weather conditions. Okay, cool. Oh, do you guys all have personal minimums?
I did.
You do? Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say personal minimums?
For like entry, like weather wise, like it could be like wind. Like if you're taking off in a crosswind, you don't want to take off in like 25. Not
No, I completely understand what you're saying. I think we're,
I've done, but
wait, okay.
I think you just, yeah.
No, I'm just like, you guys understand what personal minimums are though, right? Like
yeah,
essentially
it's like-
boundaries for what
yeah,
will,
like, you're gonna go or no go decisions.
yes, exactly. So make sure you guys have personal minimums. Have you guys seen that AOPA sheet? No. There's an AOPA sheet that you can fill out your literal personal minimums. And that's really good because it shows the DPE that you're aware of your personal
So what are
facilities.
your personal?
Me? Depends how I'm feeling during the day. No,
Yeah. So you don't have any.
I do, obviously I have like, I'm gonna get back to you on that one. Sky clear, winds calm. On my PPL check ride, that's what I put as my, I think that's what I put as my personal minimums. But like personal minimums as like solo, but I said with like an instructor, it was different. Okay, yes.
Wow. Winds calm is crazy.
Winds calm. Yes.
It's not winds calm during your check, right?
Well, no,
Fish
because
Kanaka?
the sky clear winds calm was with by myself for a solo flight. But it was different for a,
Didn't you say you'd fail if, the DPS take controls for any reason?
I did not say that.
I feel like you did say that.
I do not recall
But
saying
you
that.
would, no? If they-
Yeah, you'd be interfered, yes.
Yeah.
Well, like, what do you mean? I feel like it depends on the situation.
Oh, it still depends on the situation.
Like, what are you saying?
Well.
Keep
in-
a scenario.
In my check ride, when I dropped my kneeboard and lost the VR frequency, could I have said, could I have said your controls
I mean,
so I can pick up?
yeah,
Oh.
I don't know if they would have failed you for that.
That's different, because if he has to take the controls for you messing up.
Yeah,
It's- I feel
that's
like-
different, yeah.
Like,
You can
it's,
say, hey,
Can you
can you
just?
find this frequency for me, like on my iPad, because he knows how to fly. I mean, oh, not like that, I mean, if it's on.
No,
No, that was,
example.
No, it was, for example, like, if you have your kneeboard and it fell on the ground and it has that frequency written down, you can say like, hey, can you grab that for me real quick? But if he, and then if he says like.
No, that's-
I mean, you could.
Let's move on.
You could
be like.
I think it situationally depends, but like, if you're coming into land, you're like, no, I cannot land, that's probably like,
That's a fail.
that's,
If he does say no, then, hey, screw it.
yeah, what did you do? Actually, I don't, it's okay. Okay, pre-flight inspection and departure, conduct a thorough pre-flight, checking logbooks for airworthiness. Requirements and maintenance records, perform necessary tests, including altimeter static, that's a lot. Confirm system functionality such as VOR system, and address any issues or concerns before departure to ensure a safe and smooth flight. So, basic pre-flight actions. So, The purpose of IFR flight planning is to ensure safe and efficient operations under instrument meteorological conditions and minimize risks associated with navigation, weather, and fuel management. So, yeah. So there are a lot of things, that's a long route. We're gonna go through ForeFlight and do a flight plan together, but there are a lot of things to consider when you are flight planning. So like the MEA specifically, like, anybody know what our service ceiling is? 12,000. So you wouldn't want to choose a route where what is MEA?
Yeah.
So what, if you fly the MEA, what does that give you?
Construction is cool.
Clearance 2,000 feet above mountainous area, that's the.
Yes. So we have to fly at least the MEA. If our MEA is 13,000, should we take that route?
Well,
Exactly.
Even if it's 12,000. I don't
Even
think
if
so.
it's
They
12,000, it's not.
I go to 12.
yeah, you did this though, for sure.
So we're gonna go over this more.
It'll take forever.
Oh, like we talked about, fuel requirements, departure, destination, furthest alternate, plus 45 minutes, day and night. Weather. Do a weather briefing, know where you're going with weather. NOTAMs, talk about NOTAMs. Ugh. Alternate airports, what are these little black, what is the black T and the black A mean?
Non-standard takeoff and alternate.
Okay, good. So if the airport has non-standard alternate minimums, it's not going to comply with the standard ones, and you have to check where.
TVPs.
Yes. Have we talked about craft?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys feel like we need to go over it? No? Okay, cool. Oh, wow, that was it? Because, okay,
We need to go fly there.
well, no, we're gonna take a break and then we'll go fit that.
Let's do some cross-country planning now.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's true. Planning.
Oh.
Well, actually, before we do that, let's go over some, okay, sky vector. Ooh, why are we in capital letters?
Everything's his fault.
It is, JK guys, I'm just kidding, guys. Okay. How do I zoom in on this thing? All right. Naka, what is this 13-1 right here?
Oh, boy. It's like minimum field elevation something. No, minimum elevation, I don't know.
Yes, wrong chart, but right idea.
Is it MEF? Oh.
That's a VFR chart. Do you know what it's called on here?
MEF for IFR?
No. It's called your Oroka, so off route
Oh,
obstacle clearance
that's
altitude. Yes. All right, Kaden, what is this little V thing right here?
It's the Victor Airways,
So which one is this?
64,
And where do Victor Airways run between? Like, where do they take you?
like to the next VOR.
So they're from VOR to VOR. Ooh. Tiago, what is this 11,000 right here?
Is your MEA?
Gabby, what's the little 6,700?
Or mocha.
What's the difference between a MOCA and an MEA?
A mocha only gives you navigational coverage within 22 nautical miles.
Of the VOR. So,
The VOR.
mhm.
Versus the MEA gives you navigational coverage, no matter what.
Is it legal to fly a MOCA
Yes. Isn't it?
within 22 nautical miles?
Within 22.
Yes. Okay. Ooh. What is this little, yes, you were pointing to? Okay,
Oh, yeah.
what is the little Utini?
The T, does that just mean there's a checkpoint there? Wait, I kind of
Hello?
forget.
So what is happy?
Well, that's the checkpoint, right?
A waypoint, GPS, intersection, GPS waypoint. So, that little T is telling us that past this intersection point, there's an MEA change. So we have to, at the MEA change, we have to start climbing from, like, for example, if you were going from westbound from and you're at 10,500, the MEA is now 11,000 here. Once you cross happy, you have to climb 11,000.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If you're not already at 11,000. What does this little like changeover point for what? Yes, if there is no depicted changeover point, where do you change over? Halfway, good. Cool, well, you guys are kind of killing it. What does a green airport mean?
Oh, that means that there's, is an instrument approach.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
I remember, cause I got either that one or the brown one wrong, and then the brown one means is not.
No instrument approach, yeah, exactly. All right, so I think we, oh, whoa. When I asked you where you guys can find ARTCC frequencies, this little hatch blue thingy majiggy, this is Los Angeles Center, Pleasant Peak. These are your ARTCC frequencies. So if you were in the air and nobody handed you off, or you wanted to get like some sort of clearance, you can contact 125275. Okay, what is this X flag on the VOR?
Minimum crossing out.
Yes, so do you have to, when do you start your climb, before or at the VOR?
Well, it's before, it needs to be on the altitude.
Before, so you have to cross this VOR at or above that altitude. Where's the altitude? Let me try a better example. Oh, okay, like right here, this flag right here. So you have to cross this point at or above the depicted altitude. So this, they're saying that setter, this point, you have to cross it if you're going on Victor 16 eastbound, you have to cross it at or above 12,100. Same thing if you're on Victor 370, so this one eastbound, 12,100.
Wait, what does it mean, 16 or 370 eastbound? Like, are you both headed east on that same Victor Airway?
So this Victor Airway right here is 16-370. They're two separate ones, but right now they're like on the same route.
Yeah.
So if you're on either one of those Victor 16 or Victor 370 and you're headed eastbound, you have to make sure that you cross setter at 12,100. Does that make sense? No, like what's like what?
I'm a bit confused how there's two Victor Airways overlapping each other.
Oh, if you go just back, you can see.
Because you're still going
Yeah.
east, right?
It's,
You're still headed.
Okay,
east.
see we're like
they did do.
here.
Is it just dependent to what radio you're tuned into? There's no 370.
Where is 370? Victor Airway
I'm
370.
trying to find it.
No wind, just.
Oh, wait.
What about the wind to 380?
Okay, like does it end right here?
380.
Yeah. Things start there, but.
It's like the bypass good stuff.
Okay, see here. So Naka, this is Victor 16 and 370. They're technically two different airways, same route. Over here, yes.
Okay.
Here, Victor 16 splits off from 370. Well, they kind of are on the same one, but then they split off, and 370 does its own thing over here, and then Victor 16 does its own thing over here. Does that make sense? They're just on the same route.
Headed eastward, you're still going east, and you have to maintain an altitude at 12,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, yes.
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 Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Did I answer your question, kind of? Okay, that didn't seem like I answered your question, but that's fine. Okay, cool. What is this airspace, the dash blue with the blue shading?
Charlie.
Look at you, doggo. Yes, exactly. What is, ooh, whoa. Solid line, shaded blue.
That's your
Delta.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Bravo.
You willing to bet?
Oh,
Bravo. So I think Kaden asked this question, is Delta airspace depicted on the chart? It is not. The way that you will know it's Delta airspace is,
a D.
yes, a D by your, for example, Carlsbad has the little D in the box. We also do down here at Gillespie.
The only issue with that is it doesn't show you its
Yes, so that's why you have to check the VFR
It
chart.
does on fourth plate though with.
Um,
I looked at it the other day and it was. Yeah. So, I could be wrong.
maybe the Jep.
I think so.
Wait, no.
It's a Jefferson. Jefferson, that is the one that showed.
Jepson shows it,
Yeah.
the FAA ones may not. Cool.
Double A.
I have to use a back. Okay, what is this?
VR.
Cool, what is V,
Or 10.
what does a VL or V mean, an L mean, these thingies?
Low.
Volume is low. What is 114.0?
The VR.
Yeah. You guys are making me look silly. Okay, what is 42? This 42 right here.
This is from the
So the limit between the two.
and bound of.
Between the height, between the two VORs, yes. Okay, I'm kind of out of stuff to ask you guys, I guess. Sorry, you're good.
Blue mean, the Bluetooth.
Yeah, what does the blue T mean?
Where? Oh, it's
T-Rex.
GPS.
GPS routes, yes, exactly. So you can fly these if you have GPS because GPS doesn't always rely on ground-based navigation signal.
So
So
would we
that's why
fly
it's lower.
T-routes most of the time?
I don't. I fly Victor Airways.
There's not that many.
There's also not that many
Over
here.
here, there's one.
Yeah, you might not be able to get exactly where you want to go. That's why with just a T route. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one just passing like.
Oh God, this airspace is
South Florida.
Where are those
crazy.
red dots inside of the green,
Is
Red
more
Hills.
is IFR.
Oh, it's just telling you the category of the airport at the current moment. All right, cool. So now we went over the chart. We'll take a break. And then when we come back, we're gonna do a weather plan. Not weather plan.
I'm gonna call 1-800 today.
Oh girl, no.
You?
You are more than welcome to call them. But we don't have time right now.
Say hi.
How's your day going? Ships for.
Alright, so
Of like, gold, you
I'm gonna put this on the board so that I can switch over to my iPad.
struggle.
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah, there's plates in.
you're like, more than 2 2.
Yeah.
It's like.
I need to go to the gym.
In Australia, can they call ships, Chris? Or is that
Oh,
called-
me too.
Just like-
It's just hard to get used to it.
Multiple price chips. So the gold chips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish and chip?
A lot of weight when
Yeah, so
you
that chips.
know,
and then
during
chips
the
they
fight,
get.
like, 3 days ago.
Really?
What?
I felt
Everything
like I
should-
did.
I was thinking that.
Both of you too. Alright, so, we are going from. Oh my god, Kilo, Papa, Hotel. X-ray, 2. Kilo, Sierra,
Yes.
Alpha, Delta. The weather at. KPHX is. 10 statute miles. Clear. Oh. Sky clear and wind 080 at 5. And at KSAD. Ooh,
Face sad.
I don't know where either.
Arizona.
Well, I
Ooh,
can
that's
get
at
that.
the airport.
We have 1 3/4 statute miles of visibility. Overcast 400.
No go.
No go? Alright, cool, no flight plan. Overcast 400 and winds 180 at 12.
He's like,
We got a restricted area.
Ooh.
I found.
Okay.
And it's TFR that is about to be at,
My nails.
or it is active, just.
Cool, so let's pop open to for flight. No thanks. Traffic. Oh, wait, darn things. Okay. Cool.
Right?
No.
Okay. Can everybody see okay? So the first thing we want to do, we're creating a flight plan. We want to put our departure and destination airport. That is not the correct airport. So KPHX to KSAD. Return. And I like to start, oh, that's not very far.
It's not.
Confused. I like to start also in the VFR chart. So I can kind of just like get more awareness of what's going on. Cause I feel like if you just look at the IFR chart and you don't know the airspace, it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
That is far, no, 125 miles.
oh, I guess it is. I don't know why I thought it wasn't that far.
no go.
That's kind of far, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty far, yeah.
Yeah.
You're far. Sorry. Anyways,
It's okay.
Okay, so what are some things to know about this route? Or like what this airspace has?
Mountainous terrain?
Yes, mountainous terrain for sure. What else?
No.
Runway.
No
Mhm.
alternatives.
What do you mean?
Well, few of them. There's some.
Like a few, only a couple options, yeah.
Yeah.
What, MOAs, if you are operating IFR, do you need clearance to to enter an MOA?
Sure.
No, it's gonna be already cleared for your
Mm-hmm.
IFR plane.
You have to check.
But you
if there's,
should
like,
still
students
be
as well.
cautious about.
I'm like 99% sure that's right, but I'm just gonna
No,
double check.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, like.
You have to exercise
That's
extreme
what's
caution.
here.
Yeah, yeah, you guys are right. Okay, cool. So. Cool. Oh, this is a Bravo airport. Cool. So back over to our IFR low. Essentially, the way that we want to flight plan, we want to flight plan along Victor Airways using departure procedures and approaches so we can safely connect ourselves from the departure to destination airport. Also, we might need an alternate depending on our weather and. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's kind of it. It's not super I almost think that IFR flight planning is easier in my opinion. Cool. So to start, let's look at KPHX. Whoa. Where does it have that little one? What does that mean? I just want to look at this. Cool. Okay. What can you guys tell me about KPHX?
What would you like to know?
Fair.
What's the question?
What are the takeoff minimums here at Sky Harbor? Where can I find that?
Airport info, the takeoff minimum. Jefferson, this is.
Ooh, parking gates. Airport info and takeoff minimums. So, what are the takeoff minimums for this without using a departure procedure?
General. Depends which runway, but.
So winds are at 080 at 5. What's the most favorable runway for us to use?
Runway 8.
8, exactly. So what obstacle departure procedure can we use and what is our requirements to meet this?
Okay, so.
We need to have a climb of 200 feet per nautical mile.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's gonna go on, like, obstacle.
I want to show you.
But we,
Climb 70 head to 3000, then climb right turn to PXA viewer.
Yes, and yes. Wait, sorry, this one for fun. Do we not even have a fourth flight version of this? My CPP? Oh.
The Jepson version is quite weird.
Yeah, I don't like it as much as the other one. That's
well,
why.
there's no, it just said heading as assigned by ATC. It doesn't say it requires a minimum climb.
Yeah, there is.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, for 8, right? It would typically say up here though.
Right, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, sorry, mortgage. So, yes, what is the so there's no minimum other. We're using the standard minimum climb requirement, which is what?
200 feet per nautical mile.
Okay, and how do we convert that into feet per minute?
You have to
72 times.
just one.
70.
No,
205 plus 6.
the rate of
Look at his
climb
lost all your
Times.
knowledge.
60. Wait, divided by 60. Wait,
Six.
which one?
Yo.
Yeah, okay. What is the equation to convert feet per nautical mile to feet per minute?
I forgot. Hold on.
Well, isn't it your VY speed
Mhm.
times
60.
60?
Times 60?
Divided by
Divided by-
60.
Divided by
Divided by
60.
Time.
1.2.
Uh-huh.
You times that by
The
200, which is the standard, and then yeah, which is wait,
It's like
20 for
Yeah. What?
or is it
20.
220? 1.2 times 200. So
240. That doesn't seem right. Wait.
oh yeah, 240. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think that is
Yeah,
right.
that's-
Actually, you are right. Yeah, okay, so there are no minimum climb, there's no minimum climb gradient, so. Like runway 26 has minimum climb gradient, but if we're gonna take off runway 8. There isn't one. What is the obstacle departure procedure for, KPHX for runway 8?
Climb at 70 at 3000, then climb right. Turn. Tracks to PX or viewer.
Yes, exactly. So, are there any other departure procedures that we would want to do, or do you guys want to do the how are we gonna get out of the airport? Essentially, is what I'm saying.
Well, pick a departure procedure for the runway we're using.
So which one do you guys want to do? We can do an actual departure, like SHRM, RNAV 1, or we can do the ODP. Or,
Also, those are for jet too, but I think I'll do just the ODP.
yeah, let's just do the ODP. So where does the ODP take us? From KPHX to,
The VOR.
Which OTP?
KBX? What is
Yeah,
it? Which one is that?
it's right next to you,
Oh, literally that one, right
on the
there.
right.
This one?
Yeah.
Why can't I like select it?
I think you're now connect to, if you click on the
Aeronautical.
Like, like,
aeronautical there, on the left,
Top left, go to aeronautical.
and aeronautical,
Top.
yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't like when they do this. Hold on. No,
or you just press it down for a while?
guys, I promise anybody.
Now it's perfect.
Okay, or you can also go up into here, insert before, which VOR is it?
It's,
Papa, X-ray, Romeo.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we are using our departure procedure. We are climbing from, gosh darn it.
It's okay, take your time.
Why can I not? Okay. So to depart from KPHX, we are going to depart from runway 8, climb on heading 078, heading to 3,000 feet, then climbing right turn direct PXR Vortex. So now we have a departure procedure. We're at PXR Vortex. What's next? So now we are essentially entering the en route phase of flight. How are we going to get? So some people like to do a little bit differently. I personally like to look at what approach I want to do at my destination airport first, because then I can see kind of what fix that I want to get to from in the en route structure. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're going to KSAD. Do they have an instrument approach available?
Yes.
How do you know, Naka? Bless you.
Bless you.
Yes.
Airport's worded in green.
It's green.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. Okay, procedure. So we're gonna go to procedure, we're gonna go to approach. We have RNAV 1-2 and RNAV 3-0.
1, 2,
1-2. What's the winds at?
118.
Exactly. Okay, cool. So there are a couple ways. I'm just gonna save this plate into my thing real quick. Actually, let's go over this real quick. Wow, 10,000 drugs everywhere, contract. Cool. So what you can do, which I like to do in the beginning, but I don't like to keep it, is you can click map and you can send the plate to your map. That way you can see kind of essentially where you want to end up in your,
Do that.
so you're gonna click on the, you got it? Okay, cool.
Wait. Which one, what approach are we using again?
RNAV 1-2. Okay, cool. So then what I like to do is I insert the approach into the actual flight plan. So the way you can do that, you can click on KSAD, insert before KSAD, and then, oh, wait, how do I?
I thought you
Oh,
had
no.
procedures.
Just kidding. Click that, click, where is it?
Or you can go, if you're almost,
Show plate?
you can just hit this send button.
I usually go
Insert
by
after or insert
clicking on
before?
procedures.
Yeah, insert before.
Hi. Wait, am I in the right place?
Or click on procedures, the button
There's no procedure.
on the right.
Oh, duh, found it. Okay, procedure. You go procedure, you can go approach, and then you can click RNAV 1-2. And then you choose your initial approach fix. So where do we think that we want to come from?
Anywhere.
The
No.
stuff.
The south, because that's where our flight plan kind of looks like it's coming from. So what would be our best initial approach fix?
Oh.
Okay, is depth feet even an option?
Yeah, it's long.
That's weird. Maybe it connects to an arrival. Anyways, what initial approach fix do you guys want to use?
Is that just to, no,
I mean, so.
final? No.
You always
Okay.
want to have an initial approach
Box
fix.
2. Box 2?
Can,
City.
yes, we should use Civi. Civi, okay, we're not putting all that in. Add to the route. And then that will all get calculated, put on here. So
Oh, okay.
they also had debt fee as an option, so this waypoint right here, I'm assuming that that will take us in. But ATC will have to vector us, regardless, 9,800. Cool, okay, so now that we have our approach, let's do our actual flight plan. So we want to go from VOR to VOR. So from or on Victor Airways, where should we be going from PXR?
There is another TFR Tango Foxtrot Delta south of it, right on the bottom there.
Where? This one right here?
Yeah,
Yes, we can go there. We can go to this VOR. Why is it being, I'm just gonna be on here. TFD,
TFE.
Or you could just touch routes and they give you like,
we wanna do our own flight plan though, like create our
Oh,
own.
okay.
Mhm. Okay, cool, from TFD, where should we go, Kaden?
You have to go from, V1 to V1.
Not necessarily, but you wanna go along Victor Airways. So you don't have to directly go to a VOR. But you can go to a certain point on a VOR,
Okay,
I mean, on a Victor Airway.
yeah, I mean, you can go like Victor Airway 94 then.
To which waypoint?
Um,
Question?
Uh,
I mean, yeah.
Yes, def.
Okay.
yeah, and then once you go, you just go up from there.
No, that's good stuff.
Why, this
You
just
can't.
pissing me off, sorry, not you guys, this thing is.
That's probably us.
That too.
That's.
I'm sorry.
What is it, Victor 9?
Victor 94 to Defi, so yeah. You can't say directly on the Victor Airway the entire time, because it doesn't go directly to the airport, but at this point, you can go from Defi to Sibi, and you can either have ATC vector you, or just do a direct, because we are GPS capable. So, we are going from KPX, we're doing the departure procedure to PHX, we're on Victor 105 to TFD. From Victor 105, we are going to Victor 94, along that route to Detby, and then to the RNAV, 12 into Stafford. What should our cruising altitude be?
It's exactly 11,000.
On where?
I just hit routes to keep up with you.
Okay, how are we gonna determine our cruising altitude though?
You need to put the highest one.
Highest what? Like what are we looking for on
MEA.
our chart? Yes, so we're looking for MEA.
The MEA.
There is
yeah.
a 10,000.
10,000, yes, so, you guys remember, how when you're determining your VFR cruise altitude, east is odd plus 500, west is even plus 500. Same thing for for IFR, it's east odd, west even, but even like zeros, no 500. So are we traveling east or west? So we wanna be on what kind of number? So we have to be at least 10,000, what should our cruising altitude be? 11,000, exactly, can we comply with that? Yeah, it's gonna take us a while to get there.
Unless it's like a really hot day.
Unless it's, exactly, thank you, which is why it's important that we do
Yeah, need that.
Pre-flight.
That's the altitude.
density altitude calculations, take off the landing distances, exactly. Cool, so we'll climb at 11,000. Get to whatever airport this is, Stafford. If we can't, so do we need an alternate? Why?
Cause overcast is 400 and this is less than 2 miles.
Yes, exactly. So which airport should we use as our alternate?
Uh,
There's one right next to it.
Wait, How did you import,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
import all those points beforehand? Like,
Oh.
whatever.
I clicked procedure, and then you can choose as a device approach, yes. We can't, I'm gonna look at also the VFR. We can go to, well, we gotta be careful, there is a national app, we kind of won't hit it. So a couple things you wanna look at is where the missed approach leads you first, where the missed approach is gonna lead you
Yeah.
to. So, KSAT, so the missed approach is. Naka, can you read this missed approach for me?
Climb to 10,000 direct and void and on 144 degree track to SSOVR.
Cool, so where is that gonna take us? If we
I
have
think
to actually
south
take the
of-
missed approach. Yes, so it's going to take us to this VOR here. We're going to stay here to hold.
Who's the Wilco?
What?
There's an airport right next to east west from the VOR.
Yes, but we're gonna have to shoot the missed approach if we can't land. And the missed approach is gonna take us where? To this VOR. Yes, so from San Simon VOR, what Victor Airway can we take to get to another airport?
202.
202, exactly. So if, let's say, we have to execute the missed approach procedure, sorry. And it takes us to SSO, San Simon VOR. Cool, then we can take Victor 202 to Silver City. Which would take us to the Silver City VOR SVC. So we have to climb 10,000 for the missed approach. Along this route segment, what altitude should we fly?
11,000.
Why?
Headed southeast.
It's more so northeast, but yes.
Oh, that route.
Yeah, oh, sorry, this one right here, yeah. And what's our MEA?
10,000.
2,300.
Yes, exactly. So we come into SVC, we want to shoot, where's the airport? Okay. And we want to shoot an approach. What approach options do we have?
The localizer, since we shoot the GPS for the alternate has to be a different one.
Well, technically, so can we, if we took a sling, can we shoot a GPS approach at both?
Yes.
Yes, but we can also shoot a localizer, doesn't really matter. We don't have, let's look at the current weather. So the current weather is 290 at 13 knots. What would our favorable runway be? 26. So we can look at either localizer. Well, the localizer comes in all the way on the other side. And also look at the RNAV. Also comes in on the other side. So realistically, either one's fine. Or where's VOR else coming from? We could do the VOR. Since it goes, actually. What approach do you guys wanna do?
Choose,
But this
choose
trip
it,
are constant.
GPS, I think it's easier.
Say again?
The GPS,
You wanna do GPS?
Yeah, why not?
yeah, it's easier to,
Which one? 26?
6, yeah. Let me see that. Let me see the.
It does start on the other side.
That's the only thing. Alright, but because of that, we can.
So what would you do in that situation?
Cancel the whole flight.
Fly on the other side?
I would,
You would fly to in the initial first, right?
yeah. So we're doing the RNAV 26, you guys all okay with that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sending that to my map. Technically, that one begins over there. So should we keep this current SSO to SVC? Should we keep the current route from this SSO VOR to the SVC VOR?
If we shoot the missing approach, yeah.
No, but, well, so the missed approach ends at SSO. should we continue to SVC VOR or should we go somewhere else? Or
Also,
continue to-
for the next approach, yeah, we should go just on east side.
Yeah, we should, let me do it. So we can go from. What Victor airway can we take?
94.
94, yep, we can go on 94. Probably to this VOR right here. DMN. Wait,
That looks good.
oh wait,
We could change for other airport,
you wanna go to different airport? We can do that too.
because
Which
if
airport?
we're gonna do this Victor 94, we just can go straight to that other airport right
Yes,
there.
exactly, okay, let's do a different airport then. Oh shit, what did I do?
Let me just check, don't change yet,
Oh,
so just for see,
too late.
sorry.
Or you can go from this VOR to the initial approach mix.
For the RNAV?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can also do that, so. Because we'll need to get set up for the approach regardless,
Mhm.
so we can, let's do that. Oh my god, this is, why is Squarefoot changing? Wait a minute.
Couldn't you just go from SSO to DMN and then do the, approach into KSBC?
Yeah, exactly, that's what we just said. Into KSVC?
Yeah.
Yeah, which approach, 2-1, RNAV 2-1, right?
Yeah, that's the one we were looking at.
Why is this? Highway, okay. Sorry. Procedure, arrival approach, RNAV 2-6, sorry. Not RNAV 2-1.
Yeah.
What? Alright, perfect, so we're gonna go on Victor 94 to. Where are we going next from Victor 24?
DMN.
Bless you. Thank you. Perfect, and then we're gonna go to where?
Echo, Victor, Alpha,
So we can actually insert this as procedure. We can do an approach, we're doing RNAV 2-6. And we can choose our initial approach fix of, which one do we wanna use? Ibaka, yes, exactly. Add to route, perfect. Okay, cool. Cool, so like this would be a flight plan with an alternate airport, since we are required to have one. How does the weather look at KSVC? You think we'll be able to list it as an alternate?
yes, broken 3,200, because it's 3,000.
Yep, exactly. So essentially, this is how you would create an IFR flight plan. To get yourself from your departure airport to your destination airport along the en route structure using a departure procedure and using an approach, and if you have to do an alternate. Any questions on that?
Wait, can we go over the alternate
Minimums? Okay, yeah, alternate minimums. So. When do you need an alternate?
When is the weather is 1 hour
1 hour.
before and 1 hour after.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So alternates are 1, 2, 3 rule.
I think you just grab this.
Pen. So. You always need one. Unless. Instrument approach is available at the destination. And that 1, 2, 3 rule, so 1 hour before and after ETA, the statute, there's 2,000 foot ceiling and 3 statute miles of visibility, which is why we needed an alternate, because our ceiling was 400 feet. And our visibility was 1 mile and 3/4
And you
statute
need
miles.
one because it's the 600 2 statute mile.
No, so you always need an alternate unless your destination airport has an instrument approach available. And at your destination airport, the weather 1 hour before and after your ETA is at least 2,000 feet ceiling and 3 statute miles of visibility. But we do have an instrument approach available here, but the weather is under those minimums. So you need an alternate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But, so what you're getting at is, at your alternate airport, in order to like use it or list it as an alternate, there are weather minimums. So if you are doing a precision approach,
600.
yes. There is a 600-foot, you need a 600-foot ceiling and 2 statute miles of visibility. If you are shooting a non-precision approach,
800.
800 feet and 2 statute miles of visibility. And no instrument approach, you need to be able to descend from your MEA in VFR conditions. Does that make sense to everybody? So this is how you know if you need an alternate and the weather minimums for your alternate airport. Cool. Any questions on that? No? Okay, cool. So any questions on how we like did a whole flight plan, like using the IFR glow and stuff like that?
Actually, how did you, for the alternate,
Uh-huh.
how did you load the procedure going in?
Oh, so you click procedure, but the thing is you can only have one approach in. So I had an approach in for the original, for KSAD, but it took it away when I loaded the approach for the alternate airport. So you can have either one in and you just use the procedure, but it'll only let you have one.
Okay.
Right. Yes. So no questions on that? Okay, cool. So we're gonna go over, we're almost done. We're gonna go over tech routes really quickly. Because I think you guys didn't know what I mean for that. So, anybody know what tech routes stand for? Yes.
En route. I forgot the T.
Tower and route control routes.
Oh.
Tower and route control routes. So essentially, these are pre-approved routes by ATC that you don't have to file for. You can just pick up and fly on the pick up and fly when you want to. So to find them, there's a document called Tower en route control routes. It looks like this. You cannot, so we call them tech routes. You cannot get tech routes for everywhere in the States. It's only certain areas, like super densely populated areas with a lot of airports. They have Northern California ones, and they also have Southern California ones. So we're gonna look at the Southern California ones. The first thing we wanna look at is the legend. So essentially, it gives you a route and the legend over here, the actually, we're gonna keep going. So essentially, we can see up here, these tech routes are from Burbank, Van Nuys, or I don't know what airport this is, to all these different airports. So for example, if you wanted to go to from Burbank to French Valley, F70, you could take Burbank, Papa 15, and this would be your route. This would be your route right here. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. And this is your route, but you have to see if you're qualified for the specific tech route based on this legend. So going back to that first page, this legend tells us how they classify these routes. So J is jet powered, M is turboprop special, so they cruise at greater than 190 knots. P is non-jet, but cruising at 190 knots or greater, and Q is non-jet, cruise speed 189 knots or less. What are we? Q. So anytime we choose a route, we have to make sure that in this little place, it has a Q, because it means we're qualified for that route. And the 70 just means that the expected altitude is going to be 7,000 feet. So for example, if we wanted to, where is it? I'm trying to look for Art Gillespie, but I can't. We wanted to leave from San Diego area, from Gillespie. Someone give me an airport we would want to go to.
Ontario?
Ontario, we could go to Ontario if they offer that. So we are in San Diego area. This is our airport, Gillespie. So from all these different airports, these routes are these routes work for. So if we want to go to Ontario, we would find Ontario here. Do I see it?
Yeah, so Papa one-liner.
Oh, right here. So San Papa 19er. So Ontario, you would find Ontario right here, San Papa 19er, that's the name of the tech route itself. And the tech route consists of Oceanside to Victor 23, to Dana to Victor 363, to Poxcoo, to Victor 8, to PDZ. And it says PQ60. So can we fly this route?
Yes.
Because we are a,
Q.
and what's the altitude?
Signal.
Good. So you would look at, okay, like I'm probably going to expect this route for my flight. You can hop over to your maps. So that's one way that you can look at your tech routes. It's good to know that whole chart. You can also do this. So go KSEE, KONT. Oh, dear God.
Oh.
KSEE, KONT. Perfect. Zoom in. You can click on routes. And you can see that it's suggesting San Papa 19er. And then select the route. And it'll input the whole thing for you into your map. So there are a couple of different ways you can see it. This is the easiest way, honestly, but you should still know how to find like what route to expect using the PDF I just showed you. Any questions on how you can find a tech route?
Can you show me one more time? Does it happen full flight?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, remove it, and then you have your 2 airports in. You're gonna click routes, and any of the ones that are like, look like this, like tech like this, are the tech routes.
And the number is how many people did total 108 plus total.
Yeah, in the last like week or 2,
Uh-huh.
I think.
Yeah.
So you would click on it, and then you select the route, and then it'll just input it on ForeFlight. Yes.
I have a really, really stupid question.
Okay.
I imagine, is there like nav logs for IFR?
Yes.
And how is it different from like VFR nav logs?
Basically, the only thing that's different is that you don't convert from true course to magnetic course, which is what are you correcting for with that?
Oh, okay. That makes, you're correcting. Not wind correction, it's the isogonic line.
Yes, which is,
Wait,
you're right, no, you're magnetic,
magnetic course? Wait, no,
you're correct.
no,
You're going from true course to magnetic course. How do you get there?
with the magnetic variation.
Yes,
right?
so you're correcting for magnetic variation using the isogonic lines,
Yeah.
because all the IFR charts are drawn in magnetic course.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So no questions on that. Last thing, how you're gonna pick up a,
I have a question.
I have a question,
I have a
yes.
question. So for like filing this, you said like filing a tech route is a little different.
I was just gonna talk about that.
Oh, okay.
You know, why not talk? Okay, so basically, you don't have.
I was just gonna say it.
That is a different job.
Great question though. So basically, you don't have to file a tech route. You essentially, you call up ground and you say the let's be ground, Sling 215 and Bravo with an IFR request, because you're not VFR, this is IFR. IFR request, and they're gonna say, let's be ground, blah, 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 whatever, say request. And you're gonna just request, we'd like to pick up a tech route to the destination airport. So we'd like to pick up a tech route to to Ontario, Kilo, Oscar, November, Tango. We are a Sierra Lima Golf to Slant Golf. That's our type of aircraft.
Slant golf.
Slant Golf.
That was another question I had,
Yeah,
but I thought it was just saying slant golf. Anyways, keep going.
what was your question?
Oh, I was just gonna say like, what's our like special equipment, which is slant golf?
Yeah, so we're a Sierra Lima Golf to Slant Golf. And then they're gonna say, all right, like stand by for your request and give you a whole craft clearance. In that craft clearance, they're gonna tell you what route you're gonna take, and they're gonna tell you whichever tech route that they are gonna assign you. So they're probably for this one are gonna assign you San Papa 19er. And then once they tell you what you're assigned, you would input it into your ForeFlight plan so that you can see where it's gonna take you. But they're normally, because like here it goes from Gillespie to Oceanside, so they'll probably just radar vector you to Oceanside and then stick you on the tech route. Any questions about that? About tech routes, about flight planning? No.
Yeah, you tell them the tech route you're doing, right?
I've always just, you can say, I've always just said we'd like to pick up a tech route to whatever airport. I don't think they would mind if you're like, we'd like to
Yeah,
do
that's what I'm
tech route, we'd like to do San Papa 19 or the tech route, I don't think they would
Like,
care.
could ATC recommend you like a certain tech route that you
Like-
weren't familiar with?
Like,
They might, yeah,
Okay.
and
How do
then
they
we
know
just,
what tech route you're doing?
Hmm?
How do they know what tech route you're doing if you just say like, we'd like to pick the tech route and not say it?
You just.
they're gonna
say what-
assign you one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, so they can assign you one, you can request one, and they can, they can assign you one, it's either, I think it's up to you, I always just let them assign me one, cause it's like.
yeah, might as
It's like
well.
surprise, what are you gonna get? But also, there's only, for our aircraft, there's only so many routes they can give us. To certain airports, they don't have like a ton of them for piston aircraft, especially cruising at our speed. So, does
Yeah.
that make sense? Did I answer your question though?
Service ceiling is.
So if you weren't, if you were taking a tech route, you would just follow your other
Thank you.
AFR flight plan.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Cause tech routes aren't available everywhere, they're really only available in dense, like how we are. I don't know what other areas have them, but. Hello. But we're lucky that we have you here, but if you can't file a tech route, that's when you would file an IFR flight plan. Okay, so any questions on flight plans, tech routes?
You know where to find the TCs in the documents?
Yes, so documents. Oh, I actually don't know exactly where you would find it. You can click the search button.
That's which types it was easier.
No, it's on the chart supplement. If you go in the very, very back of a chart supplement, then you find the tech routes.
But there's also like its own document. If you search up tower and route control route,
Oh, okay.
it's like a separate
Yeah,
like
that's
10-page document. I would download that one. Cause it has just that, so you don't have to go.
And you
over
can
it.
add it to your IFR.
Yeah.
So you can submit an IFR flight plan
Yeah,
in advance.
Yeah.
So let's say they give you a different tech route, would you correct them?
if you are picking up a tech route, you don't submit an IFR flight plan beforehand.
I see.
Yeah, so you would
So
just,
you just call them up.
it's literally like, it's kind of like if you're doing VFR flight following, like you just call them
Oh,
up.
okay.
Cause like VFR flight following, you don't have to, excuse me, request beforehand, but like, everything else you do. Does that make sense?
It's just so much easier filing.
What?
It's so much easier to file.
A tech route? Yeah, that's why I do them, cause I don't want
So you never need to file if you're doing tech.
in SoCal. Yeah, if you literally just be like, excuse me, can I get a tech route?
Izzy and I did it the other day and it was really easy.
Yeah, it's also a lot nicer than doing, cause you can, cause I think the way that most people start is that you do VFR flight following with VFR practice approaches, to practice approaches, which is fine. The thing is, you have to like figure out either how to get around the Bravo or you have to get cleared. With IFR, you're cleared through everything, so you don't gotta do shit. Tech routes are just very simple. Yeah, any questions on that? Do you have questions? No? No. Alright, tomorrow is going to be. Oh, you guys can't see the screen. Ooh, tomorrow's a fun day.
No way.
It's not. We're going over like
Tech route.
really short. We're going over like regulations and publications.
Nice.
Yeah, I honestly don't know the regulations.
I guess.
We're gonna go over a couple, that are important for us. Yeah, it'll be simple. And then Friday's our quiz. Oh my gosh, the Wednesday.
I won't be here on Friday, just to remind you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be
I
here.
won't be.
I'll send you a message.
Really?
Yeah.
The quiz is what?
The quiz is gonna be about tech route. You got it.
How do I?
And the Zoom.